Hello, folks. Welcome to Passive Income with Rentals. I see Chris is here already. Hey, Chris. And Jackie. Hello, Jackie. And Sorten. Hi, Sorten. I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. I was debating if I should do this Q&A, but I pushed the video yesterday with difficulty because I was busy cooking. In fact, if you watch the cash flow video, it's actually me cooking a cheesecake and talking about cash flow. So I don't know how successful that was. But I hope you got out something out of it. So if you have any questions about cash flow and anything else real estate related, just ask your questions. And we got some people. So I guess we can start. And I was going to say, I checked my mic, but just still wanted to find out if you can hear me. And I don't know if you had any chance also to do anything since this whole Q&A is part of the 90 days to your first deal challenge. I hope you had a chance to do something. If you did, please share it with us. And I am waiting for questions. Like so far, no questions. I think we maybe okay. Sordan is saying I can hear you. So and Jackie, yes, she can hear me. Okay, that's good. So just ask any questions you have, anything about cash flow, appreciation, whatever you can think of. Okay, so first question is, Jackie, is there a way to increase the cash flow after I buy the property? I found something I like, but the cash flow is negative. Well, Jackie, honestly, I know it's very difficult to find something currently that cash flow, and depending on, I don't know where you're looking, in which area, but in some cities it's close to impossible. However, I would say look in other areas. I know people don't recommend, buying a rental not where you live. I am not one of those people. I think you should buy a property where there is cash flow. You can always manage it. And to answer your question, if there is a way to increase the cash flow after you buy the property. Well, cash flow, you can increase both ways. You can increase the rent, which is a little bit, if it's not impossible, but it's more difficult. So increasing the rent, you can, a lot of property management companies do this by adding a bunch of fees to the like moving fees, pet fees, some truly junk fees, but everybody's doing it, and that the reason they're doing it is they increasing the rent income. And then the other way you can increase your cash flow is by decreasing expenses, and this is a little bit more doable. One of the biggest expense for rentals is vacancy loss. Now, if you can reduce that by as much as possible, having a long-term tenant, that would probably make the biggest difference on your bottom line. So yes, you can. I don't know how how it's cash flow negative, I don't know how negative. I would definitely do not advise buying something for rentals that's cash flow negative. I hope that answered your question. So Stan's asking, is there any time I can buy for appreciation? Generally, not. I wouldn't say that I would not advise buying just for appreciation without having cash flow, but there are some instances, for example, in multifamily, a lot of investors buy the buildings and increase cash flow. And because multifamily is just appraised differently than single family homes, by increasing the rent, they actually increase the appreciation. So this is called forced appreciation. In single family homes, you can do the same thing by buying under market value distressed property and adding value to it. That's also forced appreciation, but that's not the same as buying and hoping that your rental is going to turn, is going to be profitable eventually. So I would say yes, but only with forced appreciation. Okay. Certain, if I can't find a property to cash flow, why not buy for appreciation? In my area, there was a 6% increase over last year. That's a really good question. And I would say if you are clairvoyant and you can predict the market, go ahead and do that. In all other cases, it's not advisable. We don't have to look too far back to find out why. In 2008, and I remember very well, actually, it started in 2005, people were buying properties and they didn't care if it's going to be cash flow positive. All they cared about is holding it a couple of years and just selling it. However, that ended 2007-8, and a lot of investors lost their whole rental portfolios in addition to their homes. So unless you can time the market, because that's what, buying rentals for appreciation, that's what it means. You have to time the market in order to do that. And as far as I know, very few people, if any, can do this very well. And Jackie's saying, yes, thank you for the question. And I'm still waiting for other questions. Okay. Do you guys have any other questions? Okay. Sorten is saying, what are the important numbers to look for when analyzing rental property? For single family homes, I would look at cash flow, and I would look at cash on cash return. Think about your rental like you would think like a cake. You can tell that I was cooking a lot. So the cake is it has a base and then it has topping. So your base is the cash flow. You can't have a good rental without having that base. Everything you put on top, like appreciation, that would be the topping on the cake. So always think about cake, base, and topping, appreciation. And that's my cake method of analyzing rental properties. I hope that's visual enough. Okay, I think I missed the question here. Chris is asking, what is cash on cash return and why use it? Cash on cash return is actually exactly what it says. It measures your return on cash invested. And to maybe give you a better example, let's say you have 100,000 property worth 100,000, and you buy it with 20% down, so that would be 20,000. And let's say you have 6,000 cash flow. The way you will find your cash on cash return is you divide the annual pre-tax cash flow, which is the 6,000, by the cash that you invested, the down payment, closing costs, let's say that's 20%, and you get 30% cash on cash return, which is an excellent return. 8 to 10% is people consider this good. But I just wanted to do something. What if you invested not 20% but 5%? What would your cash on cash return would be in that case? So that would be, and like the same cash flow, the same cash flow of 6,000, but you invested 5%. Your cash on cash return would be 120%. So that's the power of leverage in real estate. That's awesome. So thank you. I don't know. Let me just look, but I don't see any other. I don't see any other questions. Maybe a short Q&A today. So go back. If you haven't had a chance to watch the video, I talk about how not only how to calculate cash flow, but also where to get those numbers. I talk about how to get vacancy loss and how to calculate rental price. So watch it. And if you want my cheesecake recipe, just talk to me next Saturday. Okay, guys, it doesn't seem like I have any other question. I will actually link that video, the cash flow video, to this, so they kind of go together when this processes, when YouTube processes this video. So I'll see you next Saturday. Have a good weekend.